Hi, everyone. This is Coach Kendra. I am with Kendra Lewis. Thank you for being patient with us. We were experiencing some technical difficulties, but we are on now. So thank you for being patient with us. I want to thank Kendra for coming on. Thank you for coming on, Kendra. How are you today?
I am doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Good, good. So I have known Kendra probably, what, Kendra, 5, 6 years at least?
Yeah, we've had a little time together at this point.
Yes, yes. So I actually met her at work and we formed a bond at that point, and we've just been in touch since then. I really admired her. And the reason we're doing this today is to help people to. If you have issues with self-esteem, or you feel like you're not able to accomplish your goal, or you feel like you're wanting to or needing to, or at the point where you're redefining yourself, we want to help you to be able to do that in the process and understand that it's totally normal. Kendra, I would say that when people are going through life events in general, like maybe a divorce or loss of a loved one, that would be a time in which an individual redefines themselves as well. What would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Change in your life definitely sparks a good moment to redefine yourself. And I think where we are as a country in general, we're
Mm-hmm.
redefining ourselves as a country, we're redefining ourselves as people, and really looking at ourselves in a reflective way to decide who we really feel like we are and how far we feel like we are from who we want to be. So I totally agree with you.
Yes, yes, I think you're right. You know, it's a matter of reflecting as well. So again, Kendra, I thank you for joining. So I'm going to go ahead. I have a few questions I wanted to ask you. So first of all, when I say self-esteem, um, to me, and from what I've studied in psychology and just talking with different people, self-esteem is pretty much the way that an individual views him or herself. What would you say? Like, what would be your way of defining self-esteem?
I think I'll go like the textbook answer myself, to be honest with you. When I think about self-esteem, it's your own worth, the way you feel about yourself, your belief in your abilities. So that's like your self-confidence and your self-respect. So I think all
Right.
of those things kind of tie into like basically how you feel about yourself.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Well, we kind of share the same view with that. So yes, and so I do want to ask you to like tell us about yourself. Like I know when I first met you, you were in school, like you were getting your bachelor's degree. And now you have done so much like for yourself. I am so proud of you because when I first met Kendra, she was in school getting her bachelor's degree and she was going through a lot at that time. I'm not gonna tell. I'm gonna let her talk. So Kendra, you have the floor if you want to just share a little bit of what you were going through and what led you to go forward and move forward with getting your master's degree.
Yeah, absolutely. So, gosh, when I met Kendra, I actually, you know what? I was pregnant and I was pregnant with Trey, and I was really, really sick. So a lot of people who do know me know that like pregnancy is super hard on my body. I always have something called hyperemesis gravidarum, which basically just means that you throw up all day, about 20 times on average. So when I had this issue with my first son, I was optimistic every day because they told me any day it could stop, any day it could end. And hope and optimism is like the strongest thing. It's stronger than anything. So you can keep going if you believe that something is going to change, right?
Mhm.
But with my second son having the same problem, I knew that it wasn't going to change until he was out of my body. So that was much, much harder on me. And I had a manic episode. So, what people also don't know is I have bipolar 1 and generalized anxiety disorder with insomnia. And so, this was a time where my diagnosis was actually changed from manic depressive disorder to bipolar 1. But I think that it also reclassified in the DSPM and all that, medical stuff. But had a manic episode and I was in the hospital for about 2.5 weeks. I didn't talk for like 2 days straight. My parents were very concerned. My family is very close. We don't have a big family, but we have a very tight and strong family. Um,
Mhm.
so my parents are very, very concerned. And even though, my parents are not married to each other anymore, they're friends. And so that was something they communicated about. And my sister was very forceful about making sure that somebody supported me in that moment, medically speaking. So I spent a little time in the hospital during period. And of course, ongoing, I had about 17 hospital visits while I was pregnant with Trey for over 3 days at a time. So I was dealing with a lot when I met you. And I remember that first day I came into your office and I was sitting down and I was just like staring off, and you were asking me all these questions and I was like, yep, okay, sure, whatever. And I think at that point in time, I didn't have any hope. I was trying to finish my bachelor's degree. Every time I was trying to do something that I thought was getting me in the direction that I wanted to be in, something was like getting in the way of that, getting in the way of that. My relationship with my partner wasn't really as strong as I needed it to be in that moment. And that's for a number of like personal reasons. Some attributed to me, some attributed to him, but I just wasn't really in a good place where I had a lot of like positive self-esteem. So when we met, I just was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be a teacher. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in education. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know if I can even go to anyone's job at all right now. And I couldn't. Like, I really couldn't go to anybody's job. I had a decent job. I was selling life insurance, and then I had switched into accident and those type of policies too. So I just couldn't do it. And that alone just interfered with like my self-worth in a way I saw myself, because I see myself, everybody knows me, I'm always busy. I don't really like to sit still for too long. So having to like forcibly sit still made me like reevaluate like myself as a person, and like really questioned a lot of things that I thought I knew about myself that I wasn't sure really still existed during 2016. So just since then and over the course of time, going through different experiences where I wasn't taking accountability for, my part, or allowing things to happen to me or around me, continue to interfere with like how I saw myself. So I began to see myself as a person who was deserving of, certain behaviors and activities, a person that, is this type of person and should be in this type of life, versus how I had always planned for my life to be. Is my life the way that I planned it to be? No. Should it be? Probably not, because they always say what God is laughing while you're making plans, because he already knows. Right. And so I'm a very spiritual person, what I'm saying? I am a Christian. I believe in God, and so I think that also helps me reground when I think about just like my spiritual connection, having faith, having hope, and taking accountability. I think all of those things are very important to self-esteem and just like staying grounded in like what aids to your life. And so once I got into like a place of isolation, and I will be completely honest, 2020 has been so helpful to me, having to sit still, having to isolate, having to like be self-reflective, and having the time to do it really, has been a good moment for me. And when I started back in like 2018, pushing back against, things that were interfering with my development as far as where I wanted to be in life, it was a hard push and it was a slow push. But once I just kept at it, it was like you kind of see those little things and you're thinking, oh, I'm still not there. I'm still not there. I'm still not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But really, all of those little things start to add up. And then you wake up in 2020 and you're like, wait a minute, I do have my bachelor's and my master's and my associates. I have my certification in English, teaching 6 through 12. I am now in a dean residency at my school. I was an editor with Bishop Joseph W. Walker III on his Tennessean article. Thinking of all of these like things that you're able to do. I started a business 3 years ago, and I'm sitting in my now office. And, I make shirts and face masks, and I set up parties, and I do treats and all these things that I've become like really good at. But I was always good at them. I was always good at making shirts. I was always good at making treats. I just didn't see that in myself. I forgot who I was because I started to devalue myself, to be able to put myself in the wrong environments. And so once I started to think about life in the way that I had always seen it, as beautiful and positive and optimistic and hopeful, then I was able to realign with my own goals and continue to push towards what I want to do in life in the way that I want to see life for me and my kids.
So I first would like to again say I am very proud of you because, like you mentioned at the beginning, when I first met you, you were like a totally different person. I am not going to tell anybody's business. I'm, all for confidentiality. But I mean, so everyone, the reason I invited Kendra on is because I have seen this lady blossom. I mean, she has completely transformed in such a positive way. And like Kendra was saying, like, environment has a lot to do with it. Mindset has a lot to do with it. Spirituality, if you're a spiritual person, it has a lot to do with your relationship with God. All of that has an impact on one's life and self-esteem. And Kendra, again, I am so proud of you. I cannot stress enough how proud of you I am. I know you mentioned earlier on that you have a family that's a tight-knit family. So would you say those were your top supporters to help you to move forward in life?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The way that my family, and I always say it's a lot different than most families that I run into, and that doesn't make it better or worse in any way. But
Uh-huh.
the way that my family operates is we operate like a work family almost, right? So it's not like we are just like emotionally supporting each other, right? We're pushing each other. I call my dad Coach now. My dad calls me the business manager, and I call him Coach. And my sister actually started it like a couple weeks ago, and I just thought it was like so fitting. And my mom, she's always praying, always fasting. She's always seeking God to give her the answers to like realign us. And
Uh-huh.
those things are really important. My relationships with my siblings, like we support each other hard. My sister Shantia, she does a broadcast every Thursday on her page. I will always make sure I log on, even if I'm in here crafting, just to make sure that I'm in there supporting her views, supporting her business. My little brother, he's in college. He's the youngest of all of us. He's 19. He'll be 20 next week. And
Oh.
so, yeah, and so he is, battling with the first couple of years of college. He wants to be a nurse. He's trying to figure out what that looks like. And, my older sister's in the Army. My younger sister, she does everything just like me. So she's a mixologist down at the weekend, but she also, has a business called Eye Candy. And so we continue to like push each other over and over and over again. I called my sisters and my cousins today. I have two cousins, Alicia and Ashley, that any time of day. Any time of day I call them. We've known each other our whole lives. So we have our chat that we're always in. And then, I rely a lot on my best friends. Because they know so much about me. I can text Michelle at any point in time. I can text her mid-story, and she already knows what I'm talking about. I can tell her why I'm struggling with something, and she'll be like, "Yeah, you remember when we da 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 da?" Because she already knows, right?
Right, right.
So,
And Kendra, I just want to say, as a holistic coach, that is very important. A lot of people do not realize like the magnitude of having like a supportive family, having a supportive friend, how that really can benefit an individual. Because so many people feel like they're all alone, and that's another reason I wanted you to share your story. Because a lot of people, like you said, you were at that point dealing with that bipolar depression and dealing with some mental health issues. And a lot of people are dealing with mental health issues. A lot of people deal with depression. A lot of people deal with anxiety. On our team, we have Coach Carmen. She's a psychologist, and she's a coach as well. And she assists people, dealing with issues like that. So I've learned a lot from her, and just knowing that it is very important to have that support system. It's very important to seek help. I applaud you in seeking help. So what advice would you have for people like who feel like they're stuck right now? What would you say to kind of encourage them?
reground yourself. That is one thing that I think is always really important, and a conversation that I've had with several like of my friends. My best friend and brother Alex, we talk about that a lot. Is just how you got to find what you believe in, and then once you know what that is, and create a mission for yourself, you have somewhere to go. But if you don't have a mission, you're just wandering aimlessly. So all the healers that I know, all the spiritual people that I know, it all goes back to being grounded in something and being able to lean on other people.
Wow.
People have this like you said, people are always like they're alone, but people have romanticized being alone, romanticized depending on yourself. And like, we need to get out of that idea. Humans are not intended to be alone. You have to make sure that when you have people around you, because you always do, that you are making sure that you're seeing the things in them that benefit your life and leaning on that to help you stay grounded. If not, get rid of them and get somebody else.
Wow. And that, that is very true. I actually was talking with my son and he kind of echoed some of the things where you kind of echoing some of the things that he said to me early this week. And he was saying, Mom, being in quarantine and, dealing with everything with COVID-19, I feel like it's helped me to evolve as a person and it's helped me to become more grounded because I'm understanding more of who I am. And that's kind of how I got the idea of the topic, like redefining me, because I was like, wow, like that's kind of deep. Like I never thought quarantine would help me.
He's so grown. I didn't realize he was an adult. He's just so self-reflective now.
Yeah, he is. And, I actually talk, this is, something that I do. I have 2 children. I talk with them and I tell them, I'm like, look, we process things. I teach them how to process your thoughts. I teach them how to make decisions. I try to guide them in the decision making. And I've done this ever since they've been old enough to talk and old enough to speak. So my reason for saying that is to say that a lot of times, even our thoughts, like we're not thinking this alone. Other people are thinking some of the same things we're thinking. And I totally agree with you about being grounded, because being grounded, having that time when you kind of reflect, having that moment when you're to yourself where you can commune with God or just whatever, like you said, a person's spiritual belief is, that can help as well because it can kind of help give direction, like you were saying. So I totally agree with you. Thank you. I thank you for joining us. So I know you said that you do a lot of things. You make masks, you do parties, you do a lot, and you also teach. Like, so you stay busy. Ever since I've known you, you have been one of those people, like, you're very productive. I don't care what you're going through. You're going to always be productive. So I can applaud you for that. I know personally you are productive. So how can we support you? Like, if someone wants to order a t-shirt or someone wants to buy one of your products or schedule you right now, no one's doing parties, because of, COVID. But later, once everything kind of hopefully gets back to semi-normal, how can we schedule you? How can we order from you? How can we order masks? A lot of people need masks now, girl. I need a mask. I have masks, but I want a more stylish mask.
No, and I try to keep it stylish, baby, because I feel like if you want to be out here at the store and these people got these mandatory, you have to have on a mask, as long as you're holding your breath in there to get those chips, you might as well be with it, okay? But to be honest, I have a website. I just dropped it in the comments section on the Facebook Live post, but it's customeryourbigday.com. Pretty simple. I'm the same on Instagram. So if you're, more comfortable with looking at my Instagram page, it also links to my website. So it's totally fine. I am on Facebook, Your Big Day Inc. And so you are more than welcome to go there, anybody who's watching. And it shows you all the things that we're doing. And one thing you just said, I think was really funny, was like, a lot of people aren't doing parties right now. And I know because of COVID, everybody's like downsizing and, having to do parties at home and in smaller numbers. The good thing is, I know that all of our party planners know that, right? So we do have on the website some to-go options where basically we provide the things that you need for your party, and then you would just set it up yourself at home. So that has been posted on the website as well. You can check that out under the products tab. And then if you have any questions, there's a link on the website as well that allowed you to email me or call, and I'm more than happy to help you. So yeah, whatever you need, t-shirts, treats, all the things, they're on there. You can check it out. And if you want something custom, just let me know. I got you.
Awesome. And I like what you just said, the fact that you and your staff know that things are changing. Even the theme of redefining me applies to your business. Like, you applied it to your business because you were like, okay, I'm going to have to change some things about how I'm doing because things around me are changing. So I am going to have to change to adjust with what's going on around me. So yes, I love it. I love it. So thank you again for joining, and check out Kendra's link in her website that's at the bottom of our page. Again, we just wanted to come on today to hopefully offer someone some encouragement, to let you know that you're not in this alone. I know we hear all the time on TV that we're all in this together. That means a lot. of different things for different people. Like if you're, a different status, it means something. So it's different to each person. But our purpose is to let you know that we have been through things as well, like even before COVID-19, even during COVID-19, and that we were able to overcome, like Kendra said, grounding, having a support system, using spirituality, your faith. There are so many things that help, like that we have been able to overcome. And we want to help provide services to people, other people, to show them that we've been where you are. And for Kendra to have gone through everything that she's gone through and get her master's degree and be editor at one of the largest churches in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm like, oh my goodness, like you've accomplished so much, from what I first knew of you when I met you. So I again applaud you. I thank you for joining our live. Please check out Kendra's website, support her, be supportive. We all need masks, y'all, especially if you're in Nashville, anywhere. We need masks. She makes masks. Please check her out because she can get you your product. I can personally speak to Kendra and say she is very punctual. She is determined. And if she says she's going to do something, unless she is not breathing, she's going to do it.
Period. That's it.
She will do it. She will. Like, I've known her for years, and she's very reliable. She's very reliable. Please check out her website. She's very professional as well. So check out her website. Give her some love. Give yourself a face mask because we all need one. I am going to order some masks. Like I said, it's a little more stylish. But I thank Kendra for coming on. If anyone feels like you've been dealing with depression or anxiety, like Kendra said she once was, again, feel free to reach out to the Living Life coaching team. We have a team of coaches that we're very loving, we care, we're very professional, we're very knowledgeable. I am a certified holistic coach and getting a master in grief coaching. And grief comes in many forms. So, we have like a one-stop shop. We have a psychologist. She helps and assists individuals with anxiety, depression. Not only that, she also works with individuals who have had issues or concerns or dealt with substance abuse. And she did a live last week, actually. So feel free to go back onto Living Life Coach's Facebook page and look at her live that she did. She actually did a live with Norma Turner on substance abuse. So please check that out. We have a certified financial coach. You all, she knows her stuff. She works for the federal government, Massachusetts. She is certified financial coach. She knows her stuff. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because you have a one-stop shop for pretty much all of your basic needs in living life coaching. So feel free to reach out to us. We have pandemic pricing. We have discounts. We are doing free events. We're doing a lot to show that we care and we're here for the people. So please check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Living Life Coaching, our Facebook page, and watch to see what we're doing because, again, we're always trying to do something to be supportive. And thank you, Kendra, so much for joining. I appreciate
you, Kendra, for having me. And y'all, Black women, these are strong Black women. They are here for you. They are supporting you. Kendra checking in on me, Kendra having reflective conversations with me meant the world to me over these last however many years that we've been doing this. And even when she transitioned from where I met her to where she is now, she didn't stop. And I think that that's really important in knowing that there's not a break in communication just because there's shifts in life. And so guys, follow Living Life Coaching on Facebook, go back, watch some of the interviews. You will not be disappointed. If you need help, this is the time to do it. Get what you need. Get what you need.
I agree. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And again, everyone, check out Kendra Lewis's because both of us are named Kendra. So look, just check out both the Kendra's pages, okay? Because we got you covered. And just kind of on what Kendra was saying, and we welcome anybody, with the race, regardless. We love all people. But the main reason, and I understand Kendra and where she's coming from because we've known each other, we've been close for a while. And what she's saying is a lot of times, especially in the Black community, a lot of people do not feel like they need help. So to see women of color, doing things to help individuals, She's just saying, if especially if you are a person of color, that is no harm in seeking help. It's okay. That's what she's saying, everybody. So we don't want people who are not of color to think that we're, not wanting to assist. We want to assist everybody, but she's saying, especially in the Black community, there is a stigma around getting treatment, or getting help, or talking to someone other than a family member, a neighbor, or a loved one. So, like she said, check us out, check her out. Watch for Living Life's next event. We will be posting that soon. Kendra, thank you so much for joining. I will be looking at your website, ordering a mask, because I know I'm gonna get it on time. So thank you. And if you're having a party, again, if you're having like a small gathering with just you and the people in your house, I'm not encouraging. Look, do not think that I'm encouraging people to have a lot of people. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, if you and your family members are having a small gathering, please check out Kendra's website and order some stuff. She says she has some things you can put on to go, list and take with you. So check her out. She can make the party great. Whatever you need, check out her website. Kendra, thank you again for joining. And I just want to recap and say to everyone again, take this moment to just look at yourself, like reflect, see what you would like to do in life, ground yourself. This is a perfect opportunity so that a few years from now, you can look back over this time and you can say, you know what, even though it was a pandemic, I saw where I grew during that pandemic. I redefined myself in that moment. That is what we want you to take away from this. Kendra, thank you for sharing your story. It takes a lot of courage to do that, and I really appreciate you. I applaud you. Until next time, everyone, we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.